Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I promise one of these times you're gonna flip the one of these videos on and we're gonna be in the nice lodge, well lit, good cedar interior, and maybe with a beverage on the counter, right? I promise it's coming, and we'll be ecstatic when that is the case. I look forward to the day I can bring that to you. Today, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to try to start something. I'm going to try to start something that I've been wanting to do. This time of the year is crazy, as you can imagine. 80 clients, total clients over the year, and every state that you can possibly think of, 4 or 5 new states this year. I'm running all over the country, but one of the things that I have noticed is there's a lot of attention to what's going on at the farm, right? What's going on in Kentucky, what it has to offer, how I'm laying it out. And that's kind of why I took you on the journey with me the other day on that little longer video that I shot when I was out cutting in that doe bedding. I took any advantage I can get this time of the year. I take that advantage of that and get out in the timber and do some work. Now, if you're following along, obviously a lot of that stuff didn't get to be able to get done last year because of our late closing, our late purchase on it, and moving down to the farm. And we kind of had to make one of those phases, like I put in my habitat plans for my clients. I had to pick and choose. I had to make some decisions. I elected to mulch the transition in and get the line of movement created with the licking branches, hang the stands, and we were in season. Of course, we planted the plots. So what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to try my darndest. Don't hold me to this, because I promise even if it's late, I will do this for you. But I'm going to try to give you an update on the farm every month. So we're going to kick this off with the March update. We are kicking off our April client tour here, client trip, and a very, very good April, and followed up by the best May that we've had on the books yet. So we are going to bring you a monthly update from the farm, or I'm going to bring you a monthly update from the farm. With that said, the cool thing about this is the monthly updates on the farm are brought to you by Real Wood Productions, the guys that make the log trough feeders that you see me using. They are kind of the sponsor, I guess you could say, of this. We're going to highlight them guys as much as we can. We appreciate them for supporting us in our journey on the farm, and I'm glad, very, very thankful to be have them on board, and they are the lead sponsor for these videos coming up here. So we're going to dive right into this, guys. So we are going to give you an update. I have built most of the doe bedding. It's about 75% created. I've got 2 areas that I have to extract cedar out of to get the daylight to them. They're just choked off. They're right where I put my plots, or just adjacent to the plots, and they're choked off with cedar, and I've got to get that cut in there. I'm going to show you here. We're going to go through kind of the update process here, as I'm going to try to do one of those videos like I did out on the farm, and then maybe incorporate that into 1 or 2 videos. But this one happens to be, I went out there, showed you what I was doing, walked you through the process of that, explained why I was putting those buck cruising corridors on which side of those doe bedding areas like I was. Now today we're gonna take you and give you that update. So today we're going to take you to HuntStand and give you that update, and then we're gonna make this kind of come full circle with you. Now, last year I was able to hunt that stand in the corner, which we are promoting even more for, like we said, the Buck Brandon and many others that were using it, but he's a standout that was using it last year, and we are making it better. We are taking it to the next level, if you will. A lot of good responses on that video the other day, but we did have some questions, and that was coming about, hey, take us to the farm, show us, but then also show us on the aerials, right? You guys want to see how that fits, not just, it's hard, it's hard. I could show you video all day long on the farm, but unless you see it on the aerial, right, or see how it ties into the surrounding areas and stuff like that for the contour, it doesn't make sense, So I'm going to show you that today. So let's do that. We're going to dive right into the HuntStand app here. Any of you that are tuning into this that are still using other apps, I won't name any names, but other apps to do any of your designing, I highly recommend taking a peek at HuntStand. I don't design anything anymore other than on HuntStand. So we're going to do, guys, is we're going to flip this to the so I'll kind of give you a little insight of what I do here, guys. I actually go to the properties icon, and as I'm talking, I'm going to lay this over here so you guys can see this. I go to the properties info icon, and then what I do this on my client properties as well as obviously my own, and I lay the purple line out all the way around on the property line. Now I have added a piece to the farm, so obviously that has, that is in here as well. And the reason I do that is this, guys. As you can see on the property here, they did not, on the property info tab, if you will, it does not show the contour lines. It shows the aerial, very good aerial of the farm, of my place, but it does not show the contour lines. So there's all kinds of different settings on here through the app that you can do contour, 3D vision, all this stuff. But I'm going to show you why I set that purple line in. So the purple line on here, guys, is my fence row, and I'm going to show you why I switch that back to, after I get that saved, why I switch this back to the tab that says contour. The contour portion of this, guys, you can see as soon as you click this on here and bring this up, the contour lines are what make and break the whole property. That contour line, guys, is your saving grace, is your it promotes the line of travel. You have to fit, especially in ridge country. Now, anybody tuning in from mid-Michigan and other parts of the country that are flat, parts of Ohio where I'm at right now, maybe that isn't as strong because we can, bump up the habitat manipulation to create other things, lines of movement. But in ridge country, contour is king. So remember that. That's why I flipped this on here. So I'm going to show you guys. Now we've got the contour lines highlighted, and now if we wouldn't have laid that in here with the if we wouldn't have laid that in there with the property line, guys, you couldn't see obviously you wouldn't know where your fence lines were, because you can see when you switch to it, your fence lines go away. That's why I highlight it, so when you switch it, it all stays lit for you. So what we're doing, guys, is I am going in, and we're going to talk about this north half where we shot the video the other day, and why I was there and why I was doing this. Now, last fall, hunting that stand, I've got some footage here I'm going to show you from the stand. That stand was in that locus, like I was telling you in the previous video. I'm going to have more cover and scent control as well, scent cover, if you will, on that in that cedar. Only about a 10-yard fix, so no big deal. So we're going to zoom in here, guys. I'm going to show you. We've got a situation that we're accessing on south winds. So right in this corner right here is where I was standing when I first started the video, and I walked down into this area and started showing you this bedding. This is the reason right here why I'm trying to, over the last couple of years, I really started studying this and really started implementing this with my clients. Like I said, is we really want to do is we want to promote the line of travel that we can hunt. Like I said, obviously the line of travel on the back side of this, these doe bedding areas, these pockets, all this, that's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about that. That's going to happen when the wind is not in your favor and when you can't be there to hunt it, right? But that's a line of travel that we don't want to promote. We want to take that line of travel and use that on the other side of the farm in a situation where we can be there. So the more I advance this, the strategies and the techniques, and I see these work, and being able to, right on the farm, obviously, lay these in and teach myself and learn myself as well as we go. That's why the saving grace of this farm, that is the saving grace of this farm, if you will. So what I'm going to show you guys here, this gray line is the Buck Cruising Corridor. Now, if you're a client, watching this, you're going to say, hey, my buck cruising corridors are orange. Why is yours gray? Well, I started using orange, and as you can see, orange and orange and red kind of go together, and it's just too hard to deter them. So anybody from March on here, your buck cruising corridors are probably going to be gray. So in this stand location here, guys, that we're enhancing, like I said, for that buck Brandon and a bunch of other ones that just love this north half of the farm, where I'm implementing this in, the reason I'm implementing this in, guys, is you can see the red line comes up through here past the stand and goes into the end of the the line of the transition goes into the plot, and I kept that there for the reason is any of the does coming back off the plot that get, if a buck does come up through here, bumps them, sees them out in the plot during that cruising phase, and he wants to go out in that plot and get a real good check of them if they're out there feeding, let's say, and when they blow out of there, I left that line of travel open instead of shutting that off, so when they exit, because they're exiting it now, they run, that's where it's mulched in, and they go right down through there. So instead of shutting that off, I elected to, we're moving the with the stand move, I'm also moving the licking branch down off the field edge a little bit further here, and then the buck cruising corridor ties into that. But as you can see, guys, what I'm saying here as far as hunting this on the wind that is good for you and good for him. South wind comes from the core to the licking branch, and then to the stand and out to the north, out to where our access is. It's good for us, and as he's cruising, no matter if he's coming in from the east and hitting the lines of travel and starting to work these doe bedding areas in these habitat pockets, no matter if he's coming from the west and doing the same, he's going to be scent checking these doe bedding areas. And what this does is, this buck cruising corridor, guys, this is a big bowl in here. There's a couple bleeders here. The reason I didn't bring this all the way up and around, that's what my intentions were to do, so I could get more real estate in here, promote it, if you will. Problem with it is there's two big bleeders right through here that are big washouts that I can't get the equipment or the mulcher when Paul's in to get across them. So right down at the foot of them here, where they flatten out, is where this is mulched in. So we come around here, it's mulched in between the two bedding areas. As we are in this stand and this south wind is coming up, as he makes the corner right here, the south wind is at his back, he's using his head, but as soon as he rounds the corner here, guys, no matter if he's coming out, if he's coming in from the south, that's the problem. He's going to have to cheat the system a little bit, but as soon as he rounds the corner to scent check this, the scent coming out of the doe bedding areas is now in his favor. Where it works real good is when they're coming out cruising from the west, coming in on a south wind, and they don't have to expose themselves into this, and he's setting himself up from this pocket, working his way down the transition. Most of the mature bucks last year, even if they come out into here, they were hugging this edge real tight. This whole plot in here is completely screened already because of contour, but right up here on the top you can see this Egyptian wheat line that I've got in here. This darker brown line is going to be all the way out. My access is obviously up right on my fence row behind it, and then this all drops into it, but there's, from here down, you cannot see this plot from the fence row. It's hidden in here. You can't see it from the road. You can't see it anywhere. It's just a hidden little gem in here. And so what we're going to do to make it even better, though, is we're going to run this Egyptian wheat line all the way around, about 12 to 15 feet wide all the way around. These green lines on the inside, guys, are my double and triple row of spruce and cedar that I'm going to plant over time for long-term screening. And then, I like the Egyptian wheat so much because it gives such a soft edge and natural edge and screening that I don't know if I'll ever get away from not planting that. But if I ever wanted to, then that's where these long-term screening, as far as the pines, the spruce kick in, and then you don't have to plant it right, or you don't have to plant the Egyptian wheat. But now you can see this all funnels in, and you can follow the contour line, guys. This is all built right around the contour line. Now the contour line obviously leaves the property, so we had to cut it here, and it just slopes down, and we pick it right back up again. And as we go down further into the farm, which we'll do in a later video, but further into the core as we go south, It fits the contour. It's right on the contour lines, and makes for great cruising. But this is how this lays out in this corner, guys. That's the whole reason. This water hole here on what we call Copperhead Road Stand. It's a 2-track that actually comes in, and now it's really promoted now because the logger opened. He didn't open it up, but he expanded it. You could say, because he's dragging the logs up and down it. This logging road is on a bench right here. It goes right out to the field. What we're going to do is we're going to seclude both sides of it here a little bit with some Egyptian weed and promote it. That is what goes across the road into the corn, into my neighbor's corn. As I was saying, guys, this whole ridge top over here is corn. You come all the way around the top, it gets kind of steep here towards the road. So the top is planted into corn, and then down here on in the bottoms, these whole bottoms down in here, this whole bottom shelf is all corn as well. So you can see, if you look at this, all the contour feeds around, not only benefiting his but benefiting mine as well, because it crosses the road right here in the saddle. Luckily, good neighbors. We're all on the same team here, and we've got quite a chunk in that area now, and some surrounding other neighboring properties that are doing very well with their management as well. That's how that laid out, guys. Just wanted to kind of bring this to you. Kind of wanted to give you an update on that section of the farm. I'd love to be able to, if we had enough time on these videos, kind of give you a whole outlook on how the whole thing lays out. But we'll try to break it down into certain areas, certain projects, and then maybe at the end, going into season, we'll zoom way out and give you a whole plan on how everything laid in, right? So every time I show a piece of this, I get questions. Hey, what's this mean down in the corner that I didn't see? Or hey, I see this white line, what's the white line mean? Or it's just you guys are inquisitive, and that's great. I love seeing that. And that is the reason that we do these, is so we all learn and we all get better with our tactics and our habitat manipulation that we all can do as landowners. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate the Real Wood production guys supporting these videos. And like I said, if you guys are in the market for a feeder, be sure to look them up. So I look forward to seeing you on the April update, farm update, and we'll continue to bring them to you. Thanks, guys.